Hey everybody. Okay, today I'm going to go through just a small bin of my inventory, and if you guys like this kind of content, you can certainly leave a comment, let me know if you want to see more, because obviously this bin here, let me show you. So what you just saw, that's some remnants of what I have from prior projects. And it is not the only fleece that I have. So I wanted to go through this basically to kind of keep myself accountable as far as how much of each fabric I have, as well as let you guys know what other options I may have that you may not see on Etsy, because I didn't want to put 400 different fabrics or choices on my listing. So if I have enough fabric here to do, let's say, a tunnel, you can always send me a message and say, hey, do you have enough for this tunnel? And I would look through it and say, yeah. So that's the reason for the video today. Bear with me because it's going to take a while, but I'll try and cut all the non-essential parts out of the video. So let's get started. So first up, this is an anti-pill. And when I fold my fabric, I always fold it right side facing in, just in case, even with the lid on, dust might get in there and I don't want the outside of it to get fuzzy and dirty. So this is what it looks like. And I can't remember what they called it. I think spring flowers or something like that. But when I'm finished with the video, I will measure everything and then I'll put it in the description of each piece of what I have and how much of it, so that you guys know. So this is quite a lot. This might make a 1x2 liner. Sorry, somebody's horn going off outside. So that's the spring flowers. I'm not going to fold everything up. This is, I believe, woodland animals. I don't know if they're right side up or upside down on your end. But it's got deer, chickens, bunnies, partridge, and there's a couple yards of this. This is one of my favorite ones. I really like this. It's called Blue Jacobine. And there's maybe not quite a yard. And then this one I bought with the intention to make a cupcake out of it. So if you look in my cupcake listing, you'll see this as a choice. And this is just, I think they called it, oops. I think they called it Purple Bubbles, or Bubbles on Purple. But there's a couple yards here, probably 2. And then this, there's not very much of this left. Maybe half a yard. But I really liked the paw prints and the different colors. And this was left over from a custom order. And there's not a whole lot left. Obviously, you can see a big chunk out of it, but it's really cute. It's kind of like nursery animals: elephant, lion, giraffe. So just a little piece of that. And I think this is called Block Rainbows. This one was popular for a little while for me. And there might be like 2 yards, but the width of it is not there, so it might make a couple of 1x2s. So this is what the right side of the fabric looks like, very bright. So that. This is old school. This is definitely the OG of when I first started, and I cannot believe I still have this. I don't think I put it up on the shop, but this is Nerdy Foxes. And I absolutely loved this. I made a lot of stuff out of it for my guinea pigs when I had them. But they're just so cute. There's, oh, I don't know, I think I showed it to you upside down. So there's foxes in glasses, one with a tie and hat, another one with a scarf around his neck. And it's so cute. So there's about like 2 yards of it, but again, it's been cut off, so it's not the full width. But it would definitely make a tunnel or one of the houses, caverns, something like that. This is, I don't even remember what this is called. No idea. But it's got little animals on it. It's got a little hedgehog, a bear, fox, deer, owl, bunny. And I believe there's a couple of yards of this with a chunk out of it, as you can see right here. But it might make a good liner. And then a tunnel or a sack or something like that. I keep wanting to fold it because that's what I do, and now my OCD is going crazy. And this is the knitting pattern. So there's not a lot left of this. Here's the right side. Let me show that. It's nice and fuzzy. But it's got knitting needles, balls of yarn in a basket, a scarf. And there's enough for, a sack, a tunnel, cavern, something like that. This was something I got a long time ago. I just thought it was so cute. But let me show you the right side of it. Cat in a hat. And again, it's just half of the width. But this would definitely make a tunnel, cavern, sack, something like that. And again, here's another OG. We called this one the beach towel because that's what it reminds me of. It looks like something you would lay out on the sand at the beach. But the colors are just gorgeous. I absolutely love these. So it would make probably like a 1x2 liner or a 1x3 liner. It's definitely got more length and width. And this is just a little piece left over from a custom order that I had. Snoopy. Space Snoopy, I guess, because he's got the little bubble on his head. But this is it. That's the whole piece. But it probably would make a sack. It might make a tunnel. It just wouldn't do the pads. So that's very unique and not a lot of it. So why not? I think this is called Geo Pink Dots or something. And again, as you can see, there's pieces out of it. So this is how much is a full piece without any cutouts. But again, it's not the full width. So there's that. And then this is some pink plaid. There's a little bit of this left. So probably a good yard of the full width of the fabric and then some extra up here. So if you wanted to have maybe a 2x2, I think, and I'm just speculating, and then maybe, an accessory on the side. So that's what that is. And the last thing in here is something I forgot I had. I thought I was done with it. I thought they were all gone. But in case anybody, when you visit my shop, you'll see that I have the animal houses and I have just a little bit of the giraffe left. So we could probably make, I would say I could make 2 giraffes out of this. I can't guarantee that the pads would be of this material, but the pads would be something that would be I guess, complimentary to this, because it is the full width and about a yard and a half. So that is it for inventory part 1. So if you like this, please let me know if you want to see the rest of it. I know I'm going to insert some pictures here too to show you what I had filmed previously as far as my apartment and where I have fleece. I have it everywhere. It's just everywhere. And I thought, well, let's do this. Even if I didn't post this, which I am going to, it would help me to know what I actually have. So now all this pile here, I'm just going to go ahead and bring it into my room because that's where I have my measuring stuff, and I'm going to go ahead and measure everything out. So if you have any questions, let me know. Have any comments, let me know. If you saw a particular item that you really, really like, definitely send me a message, because the first person who acts on it and wants that for an item, an accessory, or a liner is going to be the person that gets it. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.